Alright, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we are back for some more Gwent, and today we are checking out all the Saovine holiday event challenges, which just released earlier today. I've not yet looked at them at all, really, despite us having done some videos earlier today for the Entrenched seasonal event. So let's see, the whole idea is this is basically the Gwent/Witcher Halloween theme, or holiday, if you will. So, we have about 7 days to finish all the challenges for this event, and what we're looking to do here is side with one of the 3 crones, and in doing so, we can get some special rewards. So let's see, help definitely not suspicious ladies of the wood prepare for the Saovine holiday. So, I can't exactly say I have a preferred crone, so I don't know, we'll go left to right, I suppose. Let's see, oh, we get to see the preview for the rewards. So, okay, this is Wispess. We get, that looks like a card back, an avatar, and this is usually the sign for a title. So, it's basically just the equivalent for any of the 3 crones, just whichever one you prefer. And like I said, I don't exactly have a preferred crone, so I guess we'll start by helping Wispess, and then once we finish helping Wispess, assuming we do so, we can move on to help out the other crones after that, and then I think you get a special, bigger bonus if you successfully help out all 3 of them. Now, I imagine we're probably not going to do all that in one sitting, but we'll at least start with Wispess and see where that takes us. I was thinking we could potentially break out a new Skellige deck that is, in fact, designed specifically for this event here. And this Skellige deck being centered around Melusine, so basically applying a bunch of rain and dealing a bunch of damage and getting her base power increased over time, and technically, ooh, come to think of it, she has Veil, so she will not get Resilience. On second thought, we do have ways to get her back. With Fucusya, maybe that's sufficient, but if we were to do that, we'd probably want to change to Rage of the Sea to get more rain happening. I mean, that would help us facilitate Rite of the Sea into Sigrdrifa's Rite, although that may not really be necessary because Sigrdrifa's Rite is still... Oh no, it could be any skill unit. No, this does not have a provision limit. That could still be Melusine. Yeah. That does still work, and I mean, that's not too hard to get up to enough rain to make that happen, although, you know, maybe we play it safe and go Rage of the Sea nonetheless. That way we just use, even if we have no rain, no weather effects on the board at all when we are about to play Bride of the Sea, as long as we have both of our lead ability charges remaining, we just use both of those, play Bride of the Sea, means we can absolutely get back Sigrdrifa's Rite, means we can absolutely get back Melusine, even if she has Veil and therefore is not going to get Resilience. Yeah, we could do that. Let me just verify that we don't have other sneaky Veil units hanging around here that would not gain the Resilience that could be worth reconsidering. I think Melusine is it. It's just that that's kind of the most important card of the deck, so that's a little alarming that I did not initially realize that. But other than that, the idea is Melusine, lots of weather effects for lots of damage, and then playing cards like Dagur that get boosted every time we deal damage, and cards like Messenger of the Sea, which is basically a mini Dagur, also getting boosted whenever we deal damage specifically from rain or storm. Then, basically a bunch of tutors to help us get those cards, and Rioghan as a finisher. This is a card we'd like to be bringing back from our graveyard. We may not be able to do that if we have to use all of our revive abilities on Melusine instead, but we'll play that by ear a little bit. And then other cards toward the end are just units that either generate rain or get boosted from when we have when we're dealing damage, or apply a little bit of damage, or outright remove cards that are damage. So that's the plan. Alright, so going up against monsters here, and we'll go first. Okay, so we have Bride of the Sea, and that can help us revive cards, including either Rioghan or potentially Melusine. We have Oneiromancy to get Melusine or Sigrdrifa's Rite in order to revive Rioghan, or Fucusya to do the same thing. we'd like other tutors, though, or those cards that we want to tutor directly in our hand. That would certainly be preferable. Why don't we get rid of the Brokvar Hunter? And 2 Longships is kind of nice. Maybe we get rid of Warcrier in that case. Okay, we get Melusine. That's nice. That's probably sufficient then. We have enough tutors outside of that to help us get the other cards we want. So, we go Melusine at the very beginning. Maybe we go with the little Havfrues first. Set up a little bit more rain, or even... No, we should go Longships, definitely. Longship first. May not want to put Melusine next to those Longships, because those Longships will start to take damage in that case, but we'll see. Okay, Self-Eater will get damage, and that is problematic a bit, because Self-Eater makes it harder for it to replicate itself. And especially if we go with, say, double Longships. Alright, well, that is still going to get pretty big. Okay, but that is a lot of damage units, which is kind of nice. And let's see. So, the other thing is we'd like to have Dagger, but we do have Messenger of the Sea, which I suppose is a substitute of sorts. So, what do we want to do next? Is Oneiromancy is what we're gonna want with that. Don't really need Sigrdrifa's Rite unless we're actually gonna use Rioghan in this round, which I don't think we want to do. We could go with just a Melusine Cultist to help set up Melusine a little bit more. Fulmar, of course, also an option. Either way, yes, we play Melusine now. Alright, Parasite is... Oh, I thought they were going to go for Melusine. I was going to say not quite enough damage to do that, but no, they go for one of the Longships instead. Okay, so... get more rain with the little Havfrues. We can't get much rain from Melusine unless and until we get a Druid next to her. I mean, we could get a Longship back. No, that's not worth doing. How about we... I think we do want to use Oneiromancy here. And we'll go... We want some form of Druid, whether it be... Where are you? Fulmar or a Melusine Cultist. I guess we go Fulmar. It's a little bit overkill here at the moment. But I mean, I think we can say pretty safely that they are definitely going to want to load up on this row here. Because they want to do Sabbath. And we have now prevented them from duplicating this Self-Eater, so that's nice. Alright, it's Ratcatcher S. It does look like it's basically your normal Relic deck, although they don't have Sabbath, and we damage her on deploy, and when they don't have Sabbath, that means they should be reducing her base power. Are they? No, they definitely don't have Sabbath. Okay. So, I'm thinking we want to get this Messenger of the Sea out here pretty darn soon. That may be what we do here. Might be a little bit early to go with Fulmar on the weather effects. I think weather effects might actually carry over from one round to the next. If we have it long enough? No. No, surely not. What am I saying? Definitely not. I think we go Messenger of the Sea, though. I think we do that. We know they've already played Parasite. Means she's probably relatively safe. Yeah, we should probably still Crystal Skull, though. And not going to use Fulmar's ability just yet, because we may look to Tears of Siren on our next turn. Now, go fair, what are they going to get with it? Ooh, okay. I always forget which Crone this is. This is the Boosty Crone. That's probably fine. And now, let's see. Oh, we should probably still be using Melusine's ability here. We do have a Cultist next to you. So, I think what we do now is we go Tears of Siren and just make this as long of a range duration as we can. Then we convert it into Storm. You could potentially even make the case we ought to do that in this row instead, now that they've started to focus on playing units in this row instead. But I don't think that's going to be the best option, because these cards, well, I mean, damaging Ratcatcheress is a good thing to do. That may actually be preferable. But usually you want to load up. Usually you want to load up when you're going with Fulmar. Oh, we should have done that. Well, I mean, I guess we can still get a little bit of the best of both worlds. And still do some damage to Ratcatcheress and reduce her base power at least a bit. Okay, I'm somewhat surprised that they are in the lead right now. But we can purify and damage, which they are just barely on Sabbath right now. I'm actually not sure, because this damage will get them below Sabbath. Does that mean that Ratcatcheress in that case will get her base power reduced as well? Or is the order of operations such that that's not going to be the case? I don't entirely know. But I think either way, getting rid of the resilience on all those cards is pretty nice, so let's do it. And I think that did reduce her base power. And we could Melusine again on this row. I think that's probably worth doing. That may very well be the last one that we do. Yeah, they'll pass. Okay, so let's see. They have 2 cards that still have resilience. One is a 3-power unit, one is a 5-power unit. Technically speaking, if we continue to play, we will continue to have these weather effects trigger and continue to damage these guys a little bit more. I mean, is it worth the 2 points of damage per turn? Probably not. Let's see, so they have 8 points of carryover. We have 4. This will get down to another 4, so that's 8. This will be 2, so that's 10. We will still be able to outpoint them and potentially force them to play an additional card in round 2. So I think we do pass. Oh, technically, Fulmar will get down by 1, so yeah, we still will have an advantage here in round 2. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to find a way to get either through Bride of the Sea or really Sigrdrifa's Rite or Fucusya, a way to get Melusine back. And so that means we probably want to dump you. Hermit is a way to get Sigrdrifa's Rite, so we actually could play Melusine in potentially as many as 3 separate rounds. So I think that looks pretty good. Tuirseach Axeman, hold on. Can't quite destroy you, but it's close. Dagur's fantastic, though. Okay, that's huge. Alright, so here's the thing. We are 1 card down, but I'm very tempted to push, because especially since we can bring Melusine back with Hermit into Sigrdrifa's Rite, into wherever you are, Melusine, and she has 16 base power now. That's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big deal. So I think we go for that. And it means after playing Sigrdrifa's Rite, we can potentially get that back using Bride of the Sea in the future round. Let's definitely play you next to the Druids. Ideally would have been able to sandwich you between the 2 Druids, but we need some of you at the end of the row, so we'll have to deal. Alright. Wispess is, what, the damaging one? Yeah. Okay, so they get rid of one of our... They get rid of our Longship. I mean, they definitely should have gotten rid of the Messenger of the Sea instead. This was a far more dangerous card. So, we don't want to play Bride of the Sea. Other than that, probably willing to play just about anything else here. So, I'm thinking we'll probably look to use Melusine for some rain effects, although with only 1 Druid next to her at the moment, not going to be able to do that for long. Little Havfrue could be another way of getting some more rain out there. So I think we go with that next. And yes, let's do this. Because that'll power up the Messenger of the Sea, and then probably play Dagur next. Alright, it's Cave Troll. I mean, sure. It's a defender. Yes, our damage is not specifically targeting anything, so it's not really gonna help you. Now let's go, Dagur. Let's use Little Havfrue to increase the rain here. It is going to damage you a lot. Oh, and that's going to be the... Ooh, we should have waited one more turn before doing that, because that's going to deny us the bonded ability on this one. That's a little unfortunate. Alright, on El Conqueror, they presumably have Devotion. Yeah. So, we go Little Havfrue. Actually, an interesting question. Do we want to do that at all? Because doing this, obviously we would have liked to have had the bonded ability. That was definitely, we misplayed that in our previous turn. But the thing is, if we play you, then what do we do on our subsequent turn? We're not going to have time to use your order ability, because on our next turn, we're either playing Bride of the Sea, which we don't really want to be doing unless we're doing it to get back Rioghan, which is an option, but that means we're definitely all in. Or we're using Oneiromancy, which means we're getting Fucusya, you know? You know? Hold on. Hold on. Maybe that does work. Let's do this. So these guys will continue to get boosted from all that damage. They do, of course, still have card advantage, but between Fucusya and Bride of the Sea giving us another Sigrdrifa's Rite, we have a lot of ability to bring cards back. And what would we like those cards to be? We can still replace that Rain with Storm with Fulmar. It'll take a turn before that can trigger, but that could be one card and then finish with Rioghan. I do like that a lot. So, let's see. If we go with Little Havfrue here, that'll increase the rain of duration. Then Bride of the Sea will have enough rain to play Sigrdrifa's Rite. We can use that to get Fulmar out. And then on our next turn, we'll convert the rain to Storm. Then we'll use Oneiromancy to get Fucusya. We'll use her to get Rioghan out. Yeah, let's do it. First, this. Okay, hold on. We might not have time. This is important. This. Be fast, be fast, be fast, be fast. You. Hey, ideally it would be in the range row probably, but it doesn't really matter. Alright, Yaga. Interesting. It's a little late to be playing her. But, alas, okay, so now what we do is we go make this the longest possible effect before we convert it. And then we go convert it. Then we go Oneiromancy. And we're going to want to play Fucusya in the melee row so we don't accidentally replace that Storm with Rain, which is not as good. Then we do Rioghan. Doesn't matter where we play you, I don't believe. So, Fucusya. Yep, you know, I think that'll do the trick. Guys, in case you didn't know, Skellige, the new cards, they're kind of strong. Yeah, you know, we were a card down, but we still got the job done. Alright, oh, interesting. Could be in for a bit of a mirror match here. They'll go first. Let's see. Oh, they do not have Rioghan, okay? So, not identical, at the very least. We have Melusine, that's great. We have Oneiromancy, also great. We have Fucusya, awesome. Let's see, we also have Messenger of the Sea to get boosted from all that stuff. We have Sigrdrifa's Rite to help bring Melusine back. We have a couple ways to do that now. We'd probably like... Let's see, I mean, these can go next to Melusine. We can put Hermit Flaminica in the same row to heal these guys when Melusine damages them. That's all awesome. We may not really need the additional rain from Tears of Siren in that case. We have a lot of that. Dagur is... Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get much better than this, besides maybe Pride of the Sea, but I mean, we can use our Neomates to get her, so let's go with this. Alright, they go Covenant to Steel first. I mean, I'm guessing that they're still doing something pretty similar to what we're doing here. Because, I mean, if you're going Rage of the Sea, I imagine you're doing weather effects. Suppose it's possible they could do something like, say maybe Sucrus plus Ernachad? That is something that I did previously for Skellige before all the new rain cards came out, but, I don't know. We'll see. I think either way, probably safe? Should be safe. Playing Melusine here. I don't think they'd have any ways of immediately shutting her down unless they Heat Wave her, which, I mean, who knows? We don't have a defender, so we cannot do what they just did. Help protect her. And I'm sure I will now proceed to eat my own words, and they will play Heat Wave. So it's Delirium, I mean, it is damage. They can actually do their leader ability to guarantee they get rid of... Yeah, they should. Yep, that's smart. That's well played. That was well done. So we'll destroy Melusine. We can get her back using Sigrdrifa's Rite, and we probably will. But we might just wait a little bit until this rain goes away. And perhaps... there's something we'd like to play first. I mean, of course, we have cards like Dagur and Messenger of the Sea that'll get boosted once we do start doing our own rain. And eventually Melusine Cultist #1 and #2 will go next to Melusine. But, maybe we play one of them. I do like playing Melusine in the range row. Typically, she doesn't have to be there, but I like putting her in a different row from Dagur. Especially in this event where there's theoretically the possibility of them doing something like Spring Equinox to us and removing resilience on everybody, and, you know, if you're completely row stacking, then that hurts. Okay, so here's the thing. They're doing the same thing as us. But we can... We can remove the defender status on Covenant of Steel using Tempest. Not sure how meaningful that really is, because we could then target Melusine directly, but the point is we don't really have anything that we would target Melusine with after that. I mean, unless she gets damaged enough that we could actually destroy her with the Tuirseach Axeman, that seems pretty speculative. So I think we keep it relatively simple here, and we go Sigrdrifa's Rite, and get Melusine back out here next to this cultist, as we are intending to do, and go that route. Alright, Drummond Queen's Guard is a decent card to play next to Melusine. We'll get damaged, and then you'll be able to spawn in a base copy, and that base copy should end up next to Melusine on that side, so they can, you know, do more of that. So what I'd like to do is I would like to play a Melusine Cultist on the other side of Melusine, and then play Hermit Flaminica and heal them all up so they are safer, and then maybe we start to get the Messengers of the Sea and Dagurs down there. I mean, of course, you could argue we could play them earlier, but we want to try to keep these cultists alive, because Melusine will continue to damage them. And yeah, let's do this. Because this guy's going to go down soon if we don't start healing him. The Caretaker, that's annoying. I mean, at the moment, we don't have great targets to purify. So, admittedly, I was really expecting you to purify one of these Melusine Cultists, and I was going to say, yeah, you know, it's not the end of the world. You got rid of the Veil on Melusine, which I mean, she didn't have resilience, so she wasn't going to stick around into round 2 anyway. But it does beg the question, are you about to lock Melusine, which would be a problem. So, can't say for certain, but what we can say is that we can at least start healing people here. So, let's keep the rain going. And there's the lock. Yep. It looked like they were going in that direction. And I suppose by applying the rain, we have the potential to set up their Queen's Guards, but, I mean, they're going to find a way to make that work anyway. So, they still have 5 turns worth of rain on their row. So, I think Messenger of the Sea is definitely still worth it. You could make the case that perhaps Dagur is not. We could also potentially justify Tempest. Purify all of you. It would destroy this Queen's Guard. It would get rid of the Defender status on Covenant Steel. It would get rid of Resilience on Caretaker, but it would still be able to purify on their next turn. And that would be the primary reason why we'd want to do it earlier, would be try to actually get rid of you. And I don't think that's going to happen either way. So I think we go Messenger of the Sea here. This is, well, hold on. No, let's do it. On second thought, let's do it. Reason being, Caretaker would absolutely purify Messenger of the Sea if we were to play her next. And I'd rather avoid that if possible. Marching orders into... Oh, now that's very clever. Very clever indeed. Well done. Well done. So obviously they used Dudu to transform into Melusine. I'm a big fan. So... I mean, we can still Messenger of the Sea now. Instead, they purified the Heme Fleminica, which, now that Melusine is shut down, is not as much of a factor. What are we thinking we're going to do with Oneiro, though? I mean, Fulmar? To convert that stuff into Storm? But we're probably looking to do Messenger of the Sea first anyway, because the longer we have that going, the more it's going to get boosted. And, well, let's just say round 1 is looking rather difficult after they double down on Melusine, so we may want to stop playing soon. Alright, Moondust for more purification. Okay, well, yeah, they found a way to shut down the Messenger of the Sea, and now they're just outright destroying her. Or at least coming very close to it. So, is it even worth playing here? If we were to play, we'd probably want to save Dagur. Don't think we want to use him now. It's a little too late for that. Same with Fucusya, definitely want to save her. So it'd be Oneiro into Crusade Fulmar. And in that case as well, it does take a little bit of time for that to work. Because on the first turn, sure, we'll get Tears of Siren, add to the rain in this row, but it will only be next turn when we can actually convert that rain into Storm. And we probably aren't going to want to be playing on that turn. We probably want to be passing. So I think we probably do pass here. And in terms of resilience for round 2, actually, they only have 6 power. We'll have 8. So that's somewhat promising. Unless they continue to play here. No, they don't. Okay. Alright, so they take round 1, but we may be able to dry pass here in round 2. Okay, so taking a look at the cards still on the board here, they just have Doragary, which is 6 points and is not an engine, whereas we have 2 Melusine Cultists, which are 8 points collectively, and can kind of sort of be engines. So we could dry pass if they don't do anything, and take card advantage into round 3. That'd be awesome. Alternatively, if we do need to defend against some kind of push here in round 2, then we theoretically are a little bit better equipped than they are to do that. Unless they have plans for bringing back those double Melusines, which they very well could. Let's get rid of Tears of Siren. Actually, no, let's get rid of Little Havfrue. Okay, well, didn't really want the Warcrier. I was going to say, we don't have a ton of range generation right now. They are playing, and this is definitely going to be a Melusine. It is. Ooh, she's 20 points. It does hurt. It does hurt. How big did ours get? Ours got up to 12. Not as good, but it's something. So, if we double leader ability and then Oneiromancy into Bride of the Sea, we can then replay Sigrdrifa's Rite to get back Melusine. I think that's probably the play here. Let's do that. So it's this. So Nero, into you, into you, into you. I mean, arguably some potential alternatives, but I think that is still top priority is to get Melusine out here. Alright, Pellar. Purifying Melusine. They have another way to lock her? What is this Skellige with all this locking stuff? Don't see that very often. Okay, so we do want to play Dagur soon. We do want to play Messenger of the Sea soon to maximize the number of boosting. I mean, on Criate Warcrier, although not fantastic, will also get boosted. So I think we probably do go with Messenger of the Sea here. We'll put it next to Melusine to give her another way to get boosted up. And... oh, no, not you. You. And although you will take damage in the process, at least you'll get boosted from all the rain damage, which should counteract that a bit. They're going to pass. Okay, interesting. So we can pass here, and we will take 1 card advantage going to the next round. We will also have 2 power here from this unit, and 4 power here from this unit, and Messenger of the Sea is an engine. So, you know, not bad. Okay, so we drew into a couple of on-Craite Longships. They are good in long rounds at the beginning. The problem is we may be looking to use Fucusya to immediately bring back Melusine, and in doing so, that means, well, that's going to be our first turn play, and then not going to have as much time to do the Longships, and we're going to want to get Dagur down there as quickly as possible as well, so just may not really be the time in which to make this happen. So I'm a little bit reluctant to go that route. I mean, maybe one of them is still fine, but Tuirseach Axeman, strangely enough, we might have enough damage to set that up. I feel like we have too many cards that just take a long time setup, so Fulmar is great, though. That works really well. That's huge. So, okay. I think... I mean, by doing Fucusya now on Melusine, the opportunity cost is that means we are missing out on Rioghan. And that does hurt. They notably did not have Rioghan in their deck, so it's not like they're about to pull that combo out on us and use that to win. So maybe we're okay with it. Maybe we're okay with passing that up, strong as it is. Do we have enough rain generation without Melusine? Here's a Siren. We're out of leader ability charges. We have some from Fulmar. Oneiromancy? You know what? Largely just because we're running out of time. We'll do that. But I'm not actually sure what our Oneiromancy target is going to be. Okay, they do use Fucusya. This is definitely going to be to get back Melusine. It's 25 points at this point. So, I mean, I think we're going to do exactly the same thing they just did, in all likelihood. Let's go... yeah. Fucusya here. into Melusine. Again, ours is not quite as big as theirs is. We do get to choose specifically where we put her, in which case, it does get bigger if we have other units next to her. We'd like for there to be a druid, but eventually this druid's going to get, or immediately this druid's going to get destroyed, so it's not going to matter. We have Fulmar later on, so let's do this. Does mean you're going to get damaged once before you can get boosted back up, which is a little bit problematic if they have more damage here. Okay, Smallblood Priest. There's the rain. There's more rain. Okay, so now what we do is we go... Fulmar needs to be on one side of Melusine. And we're going to want to, well, which row are we going to want to activate the rain on? Probably melee, right? So, let's go, I mean, do we need to go Fulmar immediately? Or can we wait well, we have Messenger of the Sea out there. I think we probably still do use Fulmar, and then next turn will be Dagur. So let's go with this. We'll make more rain there, and you could almost make the case that we should split the rain a little bit between two rows, because we will not be able to use Rioghan to just trigger every single remaining rain effect. That was a good play. That boat is going to get boosted when we damage it, and that's not what we wanted to see. Also, not sure we're going to have a target for Tuirseach Axeman. Part of me was hoping that in some way Melusine was going to get damaged enough that we could just go, surprise, and destroy it with you. It was probably wishful thinking. Unless we have some amazing solution here, which I don't really think we do. Either way, I think we are going with Dagur in this row. And let us... Only 3 turns remaining. So, additional rain on this row really doesn't matter. I think we just convert you. Does hurt a bit because again the boat is gonna get boosted up a bit in the process. I mean, we'll see though if they have Messengers of the Sea and Dagurs ready to go. Royal Decree, we're about to find out. No, they can lock. It's gonna be Dagur, I bet. We'll still have Messenger of the Sea in that case. We don't have any Purification, so that will be a permanent lock. But he did have some time to get boosted as well, which is good. It's not like they just immediately locked him before we could do anything with him. Then, I mean, worst comes to worst, we can use Tuirseach Axeman to destroy Fucusya. But, let's see. So, what is the answer with Oneiromancy is the question we now need to answer. We could go Ermion into additional Tears of Siren. That doesn't really benefit us, because, again, we don't really have much need for additional rain here. So we're basically just looking for a point slam. Problem is, we don't really have one. Do we have a little Havfrue out here? We do not. So we're not going to get bonded on that. I mean, Longship is worth a little bit, as is the Warcrier. I think we go Longship. I think we go Longship because this could help make it a little more possible. I mean, sure, that's the last one we're going to want for that. But, it does make it a little more possible to set up the Tuirseach Axeman. Oh, we definitely didn't want to do that because we also have Tears of Siren. I forgot that was our other card. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Okay, so yeah, like we'll get a Deafening Siren out here, but that doesn't really make a very big difference. So, Quacha. Our last card is not great. Let's see, is the Guar going to be damaged enough for us to destroy you with the Axeman? Not quite. Not quite. I'm not sure we're going to have anything to destroy with the Axeman, come to think of it. Oh, unless, oh my goodness. Could it be? Are we going to be able to destroy Melusine? Could it be? Do not do that on Melusine. Do not do that on Melusine. No! Just when it looked possible. Just when I was saying we were going to be able to just do exactly what I was hoping we could do. Destroy their big 35-point Melusine, or technically it was lower than that at the time, but, they do not know just how big of a play that Spores was. Oh, man. I mean, we gotta congratulate them on that one. That was good. We would have won had they not done that. But they did, so we won't. Oh, GG. But that's going to be it for me for tonight, so thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.